I played Planet of Lana, so you don't have to. I will be summarizing my initial thoughts and first impressions to break down what you need to know and if this game is even worth your time. If you are new to the channel, welcome in. My name is BanShreddedCheese, and I'm a streamer over on Twitch and a YouTuber who focuses on all things indie games, from tips and tricks to tutorials and now even reviews of new releases. I have gone ahead and played Planet of Lana, and I am now going to share my thoughts and will give a concise final review at the end of this video, so let's jump right in. Wishfully Studios, a small indie studio based in Sweden, released their game Planet of Lana this week on May 23rd, 2023 on Steam and Xbox Game Pass. This game initially caught my eye from the stunning hand-painted art style and puzzle-style nature. This game is set in an off-Earth world made up of small villages built in with the surrounding environments and features practically no dialogue in the world and story building. Instead, you are forced to learn about the world you are navigating through your eyes and experiences you go through as you play the game. Even with the help and tips the game gives you, you are not forced to read walls of text to understand what you are supposed to be doing. You are instead shown what buttons to press to interact with various elements and control the character, and the game lets you learn through trial and error to be able to complete the tasks and puzzles to progress through the game. To me, this was a huge plus in the game, as you're not constantly bogged down with intense reading sessions to understand small details, and you can instead focus on the gameplay at hand. I've played some games with page after page of reading material for you to learn what is going on, and that will quickly wear me out and become boring. Planet of Lana really embraced the show, don't tell mindset, and allows the player to focus on progressing through the game more naturally. Additionally, with the hand-painted environment, there are 3D elements where Lana is not always the most foreground entity, and you will be covered and hidden by trees, bushes, rocks, and even boxes. This small detail really helps to pull me into the world and not feel like I'm staring at it from afar. Being able to explore what is actually in your way and what is potentially hiding the next key part to the puzzle gives the player an incentive to play slower and question what they are seeing. I am personally not a sweat gamer who looks for incredibly challenging platforming games like Jumpking or Celeste, and was pleasantly surprised to find that Planet of Lana took a much different approach to the platforming genre. Lana as a playable character is not inherently fast, nor can she jump outrageous heights and distances. The actions and movements are very similar to how you would expect a human to be able to move. These realistic movements coupled with slower pacing make this game the first cozy platformer I have seen in a long time. I found myself wanting to just hang out in some areas with amazing views and jaw-dropping scenery to take it all in and take a few screenshots to show friends. I have played many fast-paced games, including racing games and first-person shooters and more, but I have never sat down to play a game and been instantly relaxed by the scenery and environment. I admittedly struggled to pick what music I would play on stream for this game, as the go-to house and dance music would just not match the aesthetic. That's when I went ahead and gave the in-game soundtrack a chance, and I was blown away by the way all the music built up to enhance the world in a way I never would have imagined. Like most games, there is not music constantly playing, and there are periods when you are away from villages when it's just you and the sound of a gentle breeze that really highlights how alone you are at times. Obviously, you are not completely alone, as your loyal cat is with you. Mui becomes your loyal companion and is required to be able to solve many of the puzzles to be able to progress throughout the story. This little water-feeding, pointy-eared friend has the ability to jump places you cannot reach and squeeze through small gaps and rocks that Lana can't, allowing you to reach areas that otherwise would be unreachable. Mui also features some incredible powers to be able to use mind control on the local wildlife throughout the world. As the story progresses, you become attached to your loyal companion, and the twists and turns as the story carries on adds an emotional element that I was not anticipating beginning this game. For example, you can pet Mui. These small details with your interactions with Mui and the surrounding world really help to make you feel as if this world is yours as well. One of the elements many people miss is the secret shrines and areas scattered throughout the world. There are 10 shrines total, and admittedly I only managed to find one of them on my first playthrough. If you would be interested in a tutorial on where to find all 10 shrines, comment below and make sure you're subscribed for when I release that video. Like the storyline of Planet of Lana, the gameplay was not all sunshine and roses. Some of the player actions felt a bit clunky and hard to work with, regardless of if you're using a controller or a mouse and keyboard. One small detail that bothered me was the lack of ability to turn around while jumping. I often found myself facing the wrong direction while trying to grab a ledge and had to wait for the jump animation to finish before I could turn around and try again. In most situations, this was just a minor inconvenience, but on occasion that small bit of time needed to turn around was the difference between life and death. Now, I wasn't going for a hardcore death run, but knowing the reason I died was the inability to turn around and grab a ledge while in the air was a nuisance on many occasions. There were also a few occasions where Lana would go full superhero landing and pause in a crouch down position for an extra second or two longer than typical, which meant I was now a second or two from safety when I got caught by the invading robots. There were a few very short cutscenes that felt awkward because they broke up the gameplay and the pace of the player. Had these moments been built in, like for example being able to continue running through the world and Lana calling out to Elo, the awkward pauses would have been mitigated and made the gameplay feel much more natural and less choppy. To quickly wrap up my short list of complaints, and this is not one that will be an issue for a majority of players, while doing a second playthrough away from Twitch so I could record all the gameplay and scenes you all have been watching for this video, I found the game a bit boring and slow. Obviously this is due to me already knowing how to solve the puzzles and therefore the main challenge of the game has been removed, but I felt like I should disclose that I noticed this. To give up my thoughts and give a nice concise answer and review, Planet of Lana is a beautiful world with a relaxed, cozy platformer style of gameplay with puzzles, twists, and turns that keep the story rich and the player engaged from start to finish. I would definitely recommend this game to anyone looking to get a taste of platformers or puzzle games, as the low difficulty level makes Planet of Lana easily accessible to all players regardless of the individual skill level. This game would also be a great introduction to the indie game community because of the short playtime needed to complete this game. Hopefully you all enjoyed my first official review of a video game. It was fun getting to discover this game and play it on stream over the course of 2 days. I plan to go back and create a review of Dredge in the near future too, so make sure you're subscribed so you can know when that video comes out. I have lots of games on my radar for the next year and into 2024, so hopefully you all are ready for the ride as I continue to create content for you all. I'll see you all next time.